Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. I love talking to fellow entrepreneurs because I always learn wonderful things. I learned a lot from Jimmy Dale just now, and one of my favorite people, Gabe Abshire, he is the CEO and founder of Utility Concierge. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Utility Concierge? What is that?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here and having me follow Jimmy, because he was awesome.
He was awesome, wasn't he?
Lots of good pearls from him. So, Utility Concierge, what we do is we help people when they move into their new home, right? So you mentioned that it's a very stressful time. We think moving is probably the top 3 or 4 stressful things to do. And within that moving process, we think setting your utilities up is for sure top 5, right? So what we do is we take that pressure off the home buyer. And so what we do is we assign a personal concierge to that person moving, and we take care of everything from water, gas, electricity, TV, internet, phone, and home security, and then anything that they need when they're moving into the new area. There's a lot of people moving from out of state, so, we'll offer maid services, cleaning. Hey, if they want to know the best Chinese food restaurant in their area, we'll find that for them. We hate telling people no.
And it doesn't cost the homeowner anything.
No, it's a complimentary service.
Wow. Okay, so how do you make money? How does this work for you?
So pretty simply, we're paid by our vendors. Mm-hmm. So we're partnered with all the major companies, and they pay us to bring them quality clients.
And in terms of assuring the listening public, you don't do business with vendors who have bad business practices. So I mean, if you did partner with somebody and they were getting bad, survey results, they're gone, right?
Sure. Well, we're in a unique spot, right? So we're not a energy company. We're not a telecommunication company. We're not a security company. So we provide options in all those verticals, right? So if you want electricity, well, we're going to show you a couple of options. If you want telecom, we're going to show you all the options in your area, and same thing with home security. So we're in a real unique spot that we don't have to push one company or the other. Our goal is to find out what fits the customer's lifestyle and what fits their needs.
And how's it gone so far? When did you start your business?
So started Utility Concierge in 2009, and it's been a fun 5 years, and we're looking forward to a great, 10 or 15 more. We're actually moving our offices, so we'll be moved in our new space February 15th, and that's been a cool process because the place we're moving is a shell, so no one's been there, and we're basically moving from a very entrepreneurial space, right? So like a D space straight to an A space. So
wow.
We're super excited being able to build it out for our company and for our culture.
I always learn a lot from mistakes. As you look back over the last 7 years or 6 years of your growth, what would you say was your biggest mistake?
Wow, straight for the jugular, Jeff. Appreciate it, buddy. I think... I don't like to really look at things as mistakes, right? Because we learn from them. I think if I would have gone back, I maybe would have started the company a little bit different. I started it with a very entrepreneurial spirit, and it was really me running the company and running. We have a few other companies too, so I think I would have brought in more management quicker, and I think we would have grown faster. But I don't think I'd take anything back. We learned a lot of good things over the last 5 years, and so the next 5 years, we're going to grow really exponentially.
Is there anything else like this in your space? Do you have competitors?
So we really started the industry 5 years ago, and fortunately, there's some competitors, some copycat folks that are coming up, and it's really good for us because we're able to really shine and show why we're different, right? And really show the class of service that we provide. And it's not an easy deal. There's a lot of moving parts, and the relationship that we've built with our vendors over the past 5 years really allows us to offer our clients some exclusive deals that they can't find anywhere else.
And so somebody moves here from California and they really just don't know the market, they don't know the vendors. You can save hours and hours of frustration, can't you?
Yeah, since our service is free, we talk about that a lot with our concierge and our team about how we want to make sure we're presenting value first before price and make sure it's something that fits. But the biggest thing, we're going to save people a lot of money. We save people an average of probably $1,200 a year.
Really?
Yeah, but the biggest thing is we're saving them time, and you can't put a price tag on that, right? I mean, someone's moving it from California. and they have all this stuff to do. We can take care of that, weeks before they move. So they come into town, electricity's on, TV's scheduled, everything's ready to rock. It saves them lots of time, money, and stress.
Wow, I'm sold.
Yeah.
We're thinking about moving next year, so we'll be in touch. So my guest right now, Gabe Abshire, the CEO and founder of Utility Concierge. We're also fellow members of EO, and every time I have an EO guest on, I want to give a shout out. Explain EO to the listener.
So EO stands for Entrepreneur Organization. It's basically it's a global organization. And it's a group of like-minded individuals. So not CEOs, founders of companies. So not a COO or a hired gun or something like that. It's people that have long nights up and sweated about making payroll or sweated about how they're going to grow their business and things like that. And so we have monthly learning events. We put the members into forum groups. So it consists of 8 to 10 members, and within that group, they talk really about that 5% that keep them up at night, and help them get through being an entrepreneur, because we're a crazy bunch of folks.
How has it helped you? I mean, just sharing tough decisions that you've had to make or seeking advice. I mean, can you think of times where EO saved you a ton of money?
The really. Right off the bat, we saw value, because I think I joined in June, and we got a interview with NBC5 like 2 months later. EO just sent out a press release and said, "Hey, we're looking for folks to join," and that was great to get that publicity. But I think it's really just being around like-minded people. We all have expectations of what we should be doing and what we want to be doing, and most of us aren't living up to those expectations because they're so high. So it's good to know that everybody's going through the same struggle. And I think that one of the coolest things that I think we've got out of our forum and EO as a group is just being grateful for what we have. I mean, we're able to it's crazy doing what we do, right? But we get to live our life on our terms.
Right.
And so it's really being appreciative of what we have.
One of the things that I discovered, because I came from, Fox 4 and kind of being a worker bee for 25 years before I started my own company, is that when you're talking to somebody else who is working within an organization, they can't really identify with the problems that a CEO has. And so your circle of friends that can relate to you have suddenly shrunk. And my experience with EO is that it's not my company's bigger than your company type organization. It's really a group of thought leaders who really want to share and learn from each other.
Right. I mean, there's no use reinventing the wheel, right? So, I mean, we bring our issues to the table, and if there's someone within our forum that can help us, great. If not, we have, 200 members to reach out to, and actually 10,000 members to reach out to. The cool thing about EO is that, no matter where you are in the world, if you go to an EO event, you're in a group of trusted people that you can open up to, and they're sharing the same trials that you're going through.
And I can vouch for that. Gabe and I are in the same forum, and we just got back from Guatemala and met the head of the Guatemala City chapter of EO, and it was just like an instant kinship.
It was amazing. I mean, Bobby, we hadn't even met him. I met him in Japan when we were in Osaka. But we had dinner with an EO group, and 10 guys came, and it was just like instantly, you felt very comfortable.
And we were roughing it. We were intense for a week. No, we weren't. We rented this huge house. It was a
ridiculous house.
So, anyway, how do people get a hold of you, Gabe? What's your website?
Website's utilityconcierge.com, and we work our main folks that we work with are real estate professionals. So I would say it's probably the number one app that any real estate professional needs to have. You can download it in the App Store, and you can submit your clients that way. But if you're a homeowner and you want to save some money on your existing utilities, we can do that too. So just check out utilityconcierge.com, submit your information, and we'll have your personal concierge reach out to you.
Awesome. Well, speaking of home ownership, coming up next, DFW is one of the hottest real estate markets in the country, a company that's using state-of-the-art technology to make sure that it makes some serious dollars and cents. That's coming up when we come back.
You're listening to The Jeff Crilley Show on Talk Radio 1190.